party voter fatigue already mentioned, we should also remember that this policy would greatly benefit our environment. Such as posters, banners, and leaflets would be greatly reduced. There is no doubt about it that the implementation of one nation, one election is a progressive step towards streamlining India's electoral process. Last but not the least, I would like to give you all the examples of our very country. One nation, one election invoked from the year 1951 to 1967, when the general and the state legislative assembly elections were held together. This was not discontinued because it did not work right, but rather because of the strong impact it made that occurred the politicians to fear losing their power. So finally, I would like to conclude my words by saying, why have a political marathon when you can enjoy just a quick sprint? One election, please. Thank you.
I now request the Director to please pose a question.
Thank you very much for your argument, dear Mr. My question to you is, in the present scenario, citizens can choose a party for the central government and if they are dissatisfied, they can opt for any other party for the state during assembly election. So, don't you think this policy of one nation and one election would take away this flexibility and limit the choices of the citizens? What are your thoughts on that?
Okay, thank you so much for your question, my friend. I understand your concerns regarding the flexibility. However, do we realize that we are concerned about the electoral process of the world's biggest democracy, India? I believe that if one nation, one election is imposed, then the competition between all the political parties of India will be at a very high level. Since the parties will get very near time for campaigns and rallies, they will put forward nation-building policies in front of the voters to attract them. Secondly, I feel that it will increase the voter efficiency between the political parties and the voters, because there will be a neck-to-neck competition between two or more political parties of India. I say this because I believe that the regional and state parties will merge with the national party to form a powerful opposition at the center, leading to the betterment of my nation. I hope I answered your question. Thank you very much.
I would now like to invite onto the stage the speaker against the motion from Team F to give his opinion, and then the listener from Team B to rebut.
One nation, one election. That's like having one single wedding for all your kids. Economical but a logistical nightmare. Greetings at dawn, esteemed chief guests, honorable judges, and all my dear fellows. I am going to speak against the motion of the topic, the implementation of one nation, one election will streamline India's electoral process. I believe not. And I will be sharing with you some most important reasons why. Firstly, logistical challenges and cost expenditure. India is a very vast country and it has over 900 million voters and more than 2 million polling vote stations. Hence, conducting logistical challenges on a very vast scale involves cost expenditure and the challenges. Various estimates by the Election Commission and the Niti Aayog says that the cost of conducting 2019 Lok Sabha election was around 60,000 crores rupees per voter, and the cost of conducting 2024 Lok Sabha election increased to around 1.35 lakh crores rupees 20 per voter. Hence, imagine if one nation, one election is imposed, then the cost of conducting elections will be unimaginable. And I will prove my point to you with some facts, figures, and reports. A report by NDTV and the poll body says that EC would require rupees 10,000 crore more in every 15 years to procure EVMs and VVPATs only. Another report by the EC says that the number of polling booth stations will also increase from 2 million to 10 million, and the cost of conducting elections will reach to 10 lakh crores. Hence, it's not cost effective, while it will increase the cost of the elections 5 to 7 times more. Secondly, its impact on the local, regional political parties and the rights of the people. As we all know that in my country, India, our culture and our tradition is different in every corner. And these local regional parties heavily focus on the local issue. They only stand in the parliament for providing more rights, more facilities and benefits to their people according to the region's demand. That's why my country, India, is blessed with 57 more state political parties and around 2,784 local regional unrecognized political parties. A case study by IDFC says that if ONO is imposed, then there are high chances of around 77% that the appointed national party will be winning both the Lok Sabha and the state assembly seats. That yes, they will only be winning both the Lok Sabha and the state assembly seats. Also, I would like to tell you a case study by the Election Commissioner of India, Sushil Chandra. He said if ONO is imposed, then we have to make huge changes and amendments in our constitution. So will it be right for you all dignitaries present over here to make huge changes and amendments in our constitution, the living body of India, the soul of India, which took around 2 years, 17 months and 11 days to be created? Will it be right for you all? And this proposal is not here. It has already been proposed by the Honorable Prime Minister in 2014, again in 2019, in 2022 and in 2024. And I am very sure that it will lead to political instability in my nation. So to safeguard all this, we must not embrace ONOs. At last, I would like to rest my word by putting a remarkable situation in front of your presence over here. My situation is, what would happen? Yes, what would happen if the central or the state assembly will demolish in very few years? What would happen if the central or the state assembly demolish in very few years? And will there be separate elections in every state? Or will the president rule be imposed in every state? Please think over this issue because it will be deciding the fate of my country, India. Thank you, Jai Hind, Jai Bharat.
I now request the interjector to please pose the question.
Very well spoken, dear Speaker. As you have mentioned multiple flaws about the policy of one nation and one election in your speech, so my question to you is, as currently India has staggered election system, which keeps the political leaders constantly occupied with campaign, and which ultimately leads to the wastage of time and energy. So, don't you think by implementing this policy of one nation and one election, it would actually help the political leaders to focus more on serving the nation and the citizens, rather than just being in constant election mode? What are your thoughts on that?
Thank you for your question, gentlemen. I am very glad that you are well concerned about my nation and the voters and the political leaders. But I would like to tell you my view that if ONO is imposed, then the number of phases of the elections will be too much, and India will be indulged in only conducting elections for more than 2 months or 3 months. So all the administrative political bodies, or all the administrative government political bodies, such as the education department, the police security department, the hydroelectricity department, all the departments will be involved in conducting the elections only. So what about the economy and the GDP of my nation? And what about the administrative measures of my nation? Who will take those? And don't you think that all the police department will be indulged for 2 or more than 2 months in this election only? Then what about the thefts occurring in the country? What about the chain snatching? And what about the education of the children? Because all the government teachers are included in elections only. So do you say that you are going to compromise with the education of all the children sitting over here? Will it be right for you all to compromise with the education of the children? Yes? Thank you.
All the speakers have really shown great zeal in an aspiration to perform and achieve excellence. Please give them a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. Brevity is the best recommendation of speech, whether in a senator or an orator. We are very sure that after these awe-inspiring speeches and rebuttals, our minds are taking a roller coaster ride to decide the pros and the cons of one nation, one election. Words, when spoken, have a life of their own. The arguments, assertions, convictions presented by our proficient speakers have taken the competition to the next level. Coming from genius minds with perfect elocution and interrogation, it is indeed a Herculean task for the judges to decide which team will raise the trophy.
Well, let us leave it at that for a few minutes, and the audience take a deep breath. Stretch back and relax in order to be delighted by instrumental rendition
by the APL Dhoni Band. Hello, 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 hello. Hello, hello, Thank you so much for showing your appreciation towards such a dazzling performance. We
You people are so good. You guys are very, very very nice.
Thank you so much for showing your appreciation towards such a dazzling performance. We are excited to present a solo recital filled with passion, skill, and the beauty of expression. Without further ado, please join me in welcoming Bhavna to the stage.
Thank you so much for your warm applause. Indeed, it has made the performance even more special. Before we proceed, it is our honor to invite our esteemed judges to share a few words with us. We now request Dr. Poonam Detak to share her insights with the gathering. Please, ma'am.
A very good morning to all the delighted dignitaries, my fellow judges, teachers of different army schools, and my very dear students. First of all, let me congratulate all our participants, all the speakers for and against the motion, for their brilliant presentation of the topic. It is obvious that they have spent long hours researching the topic, delving into the background, and considering all the logistical as well as other implications to think of the pros and the cons of the motion, and then to make the preparation to present their ideas in such a coherent way. So congratulations, dear children. Each one of you has done a brilliant job. Right now, at this very moment, the results are being tabulated. And in a very short time, the results will be declared, the winners will be declared. But having seen your performance, I can say with certainty, and I'm sure the audience will agree with me, that each one of you present here on the dais today is a winner. So, I would request the audience to give a hearty clap to all our participants. Dear children, your participation in this debate is not only a matter of pride for all the schools, but also it will give a tremendous boost to your own personality development. At the moment, I would not like to go into the merits or demerits of the motion itself. I think that has been sufficiently fleshed out by our speakers. But I would like to focus on certain related issues, and being a psychologist, I would look at it from the angle of the psychological development of all students. How does the debate help us in our personality development? Before that, let me explain what is a debate. What we have seen here and right now is a replica of what goes on in the highest lawmaking body of our country, the Parliament. That is where different issues of national importance are thrashed out. So at any given moment, the issue which is under discussion is known as the motion, what you call the topic of the debate. Different speakers, different stakeholders, their views in favor of the motion or against the motion. And that's how the way forward is decided. So we can say that there is a thesis, then there is an antithesis, which leads us to a synthesis, which may be a combined vision, which shows us the way forward. So that is the process which we have replicated here and which we do in every debate to train you how things are done at the highest level. Secondly, coming to how a debate helps us. A debate, dear children, helps us because it first of all grooms us to go into the depth of an issue, to study the historical antecedents, to study the background factors, to look at its disadvantages, advantages, its pros and cons, and then to come to a conclusion. So it develops your rational capabilities, it develops your analytical capabilities, and above all, it trains you to learn to present your views in a logical and coherent manner. That is, it hones your communication skills. You will all agree with me that communication is one of the very vital skills which are needed no matter what walk of life you have chosen. Whether you go on to become an army officer, or you chose the medical profession, or engineering, or management, or business, no matter where you are, whether you are a teacher or a trainer or an entrepreneur, communication skill is vital. You have to communicate to your seniors, to your equals and colleagues, to your juniors and subordinates, to your customers, your stakeholders, your workers, your family, your society, everywhere communication is required. And anyone who has adequate communication skills, who has the skill of confidence, who has the skill of persuasion, always has an edge over his competition. So in that sense, children, a debate polishes your communication skills. As educators, we know that the National Education Policy 2020 lays tremendous focus on skill building, on skill development. And a debate of the kind that we have just witnessed helps us to develop our analytical skills, our problem solving skills, our communication skills, and our confidence. So I would appeal to you, all the students who are present here, do not think that the debate is meant only for a few speakers or just a few students of a class. Whenever and as frequently as possible, try and engage in any public speaking activity, whether it is a class debate, a class discussion, or even simply answering a question in class. Even that will give you the confidence to speak more. As a psychologist, I can say that one of the biggest fears of human beings is the fear of speaking in public. And you may see that among your colleagues, among the people around you, that people who are good communicators in one-to-one conversation, when asked to face an audience, get cold feet. That's a very natural fear inside the majority of us, but the good news is that it is a fear that can be overcome. Communication is a skill which can be learned. All you need to do is practice, practice, and practice. And if you do that, I can guarantee you that you can become an excellent communicator. At the end, I would also like to congratulate all the teachers who I am sure have put in extreme labor in working with the speakers, in training them and helping them in their practice. And that is the labor which has shown up here along with the labor of the students to give us such a beautiful account of the motion that we have discussed, a topic which is of national importance. So once again, a big congratulations to all the speakers as well as the interjectors who have had to apply their minds to ask questions. That itself is a great art, to ask a question which is relevant, and it shows the discrimination power of the questioner. Congratulations and a big thank you for inviting me to this event and giving me an opportunity of interacting with all of you. Thank you, Jai Hind.
the honor to invite Ms. Sarojini Goyal to express her thoughts with us. Please, ma'am.
A very good morning to everyone. I'd just first like to say thank you to APS Meerut for inviting me here today. It's truly been wonderful to witness the confidence and really the command that you all have on this topic, and also the excellent performances, the cultural performances that the students have put up. So I'd like to just congratulate the students, their mentors, APS school, and all the students who came on here to perform today. You all did amazing. Really commendable. It's hard to follow Poonam ma'am and add on to anything that she's already said. So I just share my personal experiences here today. While I was coming here in the morning for the debate, something that I was thinking about was the last book that I just read. It's called The Secret Language of Trees, which talks about how trees also have their own way of communicating with each other in the forest, and they build a community using fungi. And it just makes you think like how amazing and miraculous it is that we humans have this capacity of language and of perceiving things in our own individual ways and communicating them to each other. And debating is such a healthy and such a wonderful representation of that talent and of that capacity. And for me, really, the one big thing that debating teaches you is to respect each other, to respect diverse opinions, which I think, like in the world today, we'd all agree is something that we are losing more and more with the increasing polarization. And I really appreciate all the interjectors also over here. I think everyone began their question by first appreciating their opponent. So really, that's something that we want to like not just practice on a stage like this over here, but in any interaction that you're having at home, at school, and wherever you may go on later in your life. And like Poonam said, these skills that you're learning over here, this is not just, we are at a competitive stage over here today, and someone will be announced the winner. But this is not the entire point of the skills that you're learning while debating. I used to debate in high school myself, and you don't realize subconsciously the skills that you learn when you participate in these kind of events and in these kinds of competitions. Because you don't just learn how to research, you learn how to communicate, you learn how to present yourself, you learn how to stay seated on a stage in front of the public eye for over 2-3 hours. You learn how to come up here with confidence, you learn how to listen to what the other person is saying and how to respond. And you also learn how to be humble in victory, and if you don't win, then how do you move forward from that? How do you be resilient in that? And all of these skills are not just skills that you will use on this platform over here. Trust me, these will go with you wherever you go. And you will not realize how slowly these will become a part of your personality. And while we don't notice it in ourselves, wherever you go, there will be people who notice things in you. And this is what will make you stand out anywhere you go. And I was working with a professor, with one of my professors at Harvard, and we were having an exhibition, a class exhibition. And we were also hiring for a research role for a project. And there was this one student who was not part of the class, was not part of the exhibition. She was just there to help one of her friends. But she couldn't help herself from helping everyone who was presenting in that exhibition. So, she'd be like, she'd ask you for water, or she'd ask you, do you need something? She even bought some cupcakes from somewhere to attract more people to come and see the exhibition. And who noticed all of that? The professor noticed all of that. And a role for which we were hiring, we had around 25-30 applications already for that. All students from Harvard, master's students with exceptional skills, awards, medals, everything. And this person got hired without even applying for this position, just because your skills were noticed. So the things that you do, the things that are part of your personality, those are visible to everyone who's watching you. Whenever you go out from here, when you graduate high school, you go to college, and you go on to whichever field you pursue, people will be noticing all of these things. So make sure that you're investing your time now when teachers ask you to practice these skills, that you practice these skills not for anyone else, but for your own self and for your own growth. So I again congratulate you all for taking this opportunity, and to everyone who's here, I hope that you will also be participating in more such events. And thank you so much again for having me.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting us to the knowledge experience. Judges are the guardians of truth and fairness in debate. Their wisdom guiding the discourse, their judgment inspiring excellence, and their integrity upholding the spirit of competition. It is now time to express our heartfelt gratitude to the pillars of today's competition, the esteemed judges. To honor their contribution, we would now like to invite our revered guest, Chairman Sir, to the stage and present a token of appreciation to our distinguished judges. Please, sir. We also request our Principal Ma'am to kindly accompany the guests. Please, ma'am. We request our esteemed judge, Dr. Poonam Baker, to kindly come on the stage to accept a token of gratitude. Please, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. May we take the honor to invite our revered judge, Dr. P.P. Goyal, to the stage to accept a token of appreciation. Please, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. We would now like to invite our Honorable Judge, Ms. Sarini Goyal, to the stage to accept the token of regard. Please, ma'am. Thank you so much, respected judges. Thank you, sir. Thank you, ma'am.
The wheel of the time has rotated and brought us back to the minute when breath is held back, fingers are crossed, heartbeat increases and speculation rise. Now we will request our revered principal ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Rita Gupta, to declare the results. Please, ma'am.
A very good morning to all present here. And I'm sure everybody is eagerly waiting for the results. So here we have the results for inter-cluster debate competition English, and I'm sure that it had a tough time deciding for the winners and awarding them marks. Of course, it was a very delightful to see everyone presenting the best what they could, see everyone so well prepared. But yes, it's a competition, so there has to be marking and there has to be somebody who makes an edge over the others and have been ranked. So here we have the result with us. The second runners-up is Team C. The first runners-up is Team B. And the winners of the event, of today's event, is, any guess? The winner for today's event is Team D. Congratulations, and I can see the margin is not much. They vary with 2 or 3, so it really indicates that it was a tough competition. And now we have the individual results. The best speaker for the motion is being adjudged from Team D. And the best speaker again is from Team F. And the best interpreter is again from Team D. It's always a good sign, and I'm sure many of you will come back with better preparation. I won't say better preparation, maybe they can convince judges better next time and hold some positions. With that, I would also like to extend word of thanks to everyone present here as we come to the close of this event, English debate competition. It's my honor and privilege to extend our heartfelt gratitude to all those who made this event possible and memorable. First and foremost, we would like to express our deepest thanks to our esteemed chief guest, our chairman, Brigadier Mr. Dave Pandey, who is Deputy Jersey Pashim Saberia. We would also like to thank SO School, Colonel Sophie, who has been with the school organizing this event day in, day out. The presence of our chairman and SO School has definitely made our event more precious and close to us, because I could see their involvement in every minute detail. And it's all because of that we could get this event be conducted in this manner. So thank you once again, sir. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our distinguished guests. It's not simple to listen to so many speakers and to judge them impartially, award them, and at the same time ensure that everybody is being given critical listening and awarded marks. So I really thank you all three for sparing this time for our children and giving them insight as well to be better speakers and hone their skills as well. So thank you once again. I would also like to thank the unit which is looking after and taking care of this auditorium. For every time whenever we need, it is being provided and the facility is given to get the program conducted in the best possible manner. I would also like to thank all the participating schools for wonderful participation and helping the coordinators in ensuring that every team is not only being looked after well, but also ensuring the children are being looked after well while they were commuting from their school to this station. So thank you, mentors, and thank you to the entire organizing team of APS Merit. And it will be incomplete if I don't thank the team from the media and the photography club and our photographers, and of course the team which has presented the culturals today. So thank you, entire team. It is a collaborative act of each and every one which has always been there supporting, ensuring that every program becomes a memorable. So thank you once again. We meet again tomorrow for another competition, that is intercluster Hindi debate competition. With that, we end today's program. Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am.
We are pleased to inform you that the felicitation ceremony for the winning teams and the best speakers will be conducted tomorrow. At this moment, we kindly request the winning team and the runner-up team to come forward for a group photograph. We request the mentors of winning team and runner-up team to kindly join them on stage. We also request the other speakers of the day, best speaker for the motion, best speaker against the motion, best interjectors to please come forward on the stage for a group photograph. We would request our esteemed judges to join us on the stage. Please, ma'am. We will now take the honor to invite our